When I first met Billy, we were both in high school, and it was freshman year, and we were both in biology class. He sat right behind me. And I'd been both, a month or so into the school year, and I said, this kid sits right behind me. I ought to talk to him, make some friends. So I turn around and look at him, and he looks at me, and I say, "So Billy, how you doing? Are you doing all your schoolwork?" And he looks at me kind of meekly, and he's like, I guess. And I saw the window was open. So I point to the window while looking at him, and I said, "You better do all your schoolwork, Bill, or I'll throw you out the window." We've been friends ever since. I like to think that's what inspired his stunt career.
Is there any stunt too big or too small? I would say no. I'll do anything from jumping out of a plane with a parachute to jumping onto a bench and then onto a trash can and then back onto the ground again. I know, very specific, but, that's as small as I could think of.
Alright, so Billy might deny this, but I was there for his very first stunt. He'll probably say that his first stunt came in a class that him and I took together in high school.
My first stunt, back in May 5th, 2012, I believe it was, somewhere, give or take a few days. I did a stunt in my friend's social issue video for school, and it involved, the stunt in question involved me falling down a few stairs at the bottom of the flight.
That was one of his early stunts. He's not wrong there. But very same class, about a month or so before that, him and I actually filmed a music video project where poor little Billy, he was very scrawny back then, he had to get physically abused by our dear friend James. James punched him in the face repeatedly, or as best as the montage could make it look like a repeat. And, poor Bill, the kid could act, he could sell a stunt. He took those punches like a champ.
In high school, Billy was quite the opposite of what he is now. He was kind of scrawny, kind of skinny. I remember he used to be underweight to give blood. He couldn't give blood because he didn't weigh enough.
When I look into stunt work, I mostly pick the one that's most adventurous, most exciting to me. That's top priority. Second of which is safety, I would say, is definitely another one up there. Look for more adventure over safety, but, I have to make sure that the stunts won't kill me or seriously injure me.
The short film I made, A Jolly Good Hunt, starred Billy. And naturally, he did stunt work for it, which included things like taking some falls, a lot of running and jumping, a lot of acrobatic maneuvers, really.
Would I ever fake a stunt or have it digitally enhanced? Of course not. Every single one of my stunts is completely real. I live by the stuntman's code of honor, which is you completely do whatever they want you to do as long as it's safe and exciting.
Go. Alright.
I don't even think that's me in there. There's 5 other Billy DelSantos in the world that I know of, so there could be even more. They could have saw my business card, try to copy my business, and try to take my entire identity and try to live as a stuntman themselves. I don't know why they would do that, but it's entirely possible.
So James and I are the co-creators and co-writers of a TV sitcom called The D-Listers. It's about 3 out-of-work actors living in Los Angeles, and it's a comedy show, so there wasn't too many stunts, but we did see a lot of potential in Billy DelSanto, I think, for one of the roles.
A hell of a lot of potential. He was the kid. He gives it all at all times.
He does.
The script that I'm working on is a superhero script, and it's one of my first scripts that has a lot of stunt work that I need help with, because I've never really done anything with stunt work, and so I got a business card from Billy saying he does his own stunts. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna email this guy. I have one scene where she chases this bad guy into a building, and she knocks him out after getting the information she wanted. So now she has to lug this guy down. So I'm hoping he would be okay if I just start dragging him down the stairs.
Honestly, I've never ever seen Billy decline any stunt. That's actually very offensive that you would even ask that, because again, asking that is like asking, is Abraham Lincoln ever told a lie?
So, over the summer, I shot a short film called The Sneaker. It was a stop-motion film. Billy was in it. He wasn't stop-motion, of course. He was an actor, but he spent the whole time interacting with this stop-motion alien character. And the alien, it shoots its little play laser beam at the computer chair, pulls the chair out from underneath Billy, and Billy just crashes down onto the ground like a sack of bricks.
That little green guy? Complete amateur to work with. How do I plan on developing my skills? Well, I've thought of that. I definitely want to get into more complicated stunts, but there's one thing blocking me, and that's this guy named Tom. I told Tom just to buy me an air mat. It only costs like $7,500. That's what? It's a year of school. All he has to do is skip 1 year of school, take that money, and then put it towards an air mat for myself so I could practice falling off higher places and getting into more complicated stuff so I could further my career. But he's blocking that right now. He's blocking that path for me, and it's getting just a little bit infuriating. Just a little bit.
There's nothing that's too far for Billy DelSanto. He is a walking, talking stunt machine. Actually, one time we were filming and I was like, Billy, are you okay? Like, this seems like real, like you're gonna hurt yourself. And he looked at me right in the eyes and I couldn't look away because it was like a gaze. He goes, James, nothing is real, the world isn't real, but stunts are very, very real. And I was taken back and I might have cried.
Now, see, that's the best question I've been asked all day. If you want to reach me at any point, you could actually just take this little business card I have right here. See, it says Billy DelSanto does his own stunts, but nope. See that little star at the end? You have to turn the card around, and that's the conditions as long as they don't seriously injure or kill me. But that email right there, that's my official business email. I have so many offers coming in, so don't worry, I'll definitely get to each and every one. But on that note, I feel like I'm turning to dust, and it's taco night, so I'm out. Being an actor, it was alright, but once fists started to fly, once things started to get thrown, and people started to go down hills and get hit by cars and all that good stuff, that's when the real fun started, and I finally realized my purpose, which was to be a stuntman and throw myself all over the place for the sake of film.
I would go as far as to say Billy DelSanto is the Adele of stuntmen.
Before I go, any producers, directors, any important people out there that are seeing this, if you want to see any of my other stunt work, just go to youtube.com/ClimacticEvent, and you could see how I've improved over the years, how I've grown as a stuntman, and all the good skill I have. So yeah, that's it. Now I'm really gonna go to Taco Night.